you just point and tell them what you're examining. At this time, I want to check my frame. I have no cracks or welds in my frame. I want to check my crossover members, and I can show you a little better when we actually do this. But I want to check my crossover members, make sure I have no missing nuts or bolts, no cracks or welds. I want to check my exhaust system, make sure it is securely mounted. I'm going to check my hangers, make sure I have no missing nuts, bolts, or broken hangers. I'm going to look for black soot, which would indicate a leak. Next, I want to check my drive line. It is securely mounted. It is not bent. Check my U-joints. Make sure I have no missing nuts or bolts on my U-joints. And I want to check my safety hangers. Make sure they are securely mounted. At this time, I want to look to the other side of my bus. I can see my air chamber. It is securely mounted. No missing nuts or bolts, no leaks. I can see my slack adjuster. It is securely mounted. Has the pin and Carter key in place, and with the brakes released, I'd have no more than 1 inch of travel. I can see my push rod. It is securely mounted with the pin and Carter key. It is not bent. I can see my brake hoses. They have no cracks, frays, or leaks and are securely mounted at both ends. I can see my inspection hole. That's why I can check my brake shoes, make sure there's no grease or contaminants, and my brake shoes have adequate thickness. At this time, I can turn these tires, my inside and outside rim. I have no cracks or welds. Inside and outside of my tires, I have no cuts or bulges. I have nothing wedged in between my duals. And I forgot, and this is okay because you can always go back, but I did forget my brake drum on the other side. Once again, it has no cracks or welds on my brake drum. So back to the tire. I have to have at least 30 seconds of tread depth. I can check my lug nuts, make sure they're secure, none missing, no rust streaks which would indicate looseness. Once again, here's my valve stem with the cap. Here's where I can check for tire inflation. Behind the tires, I have a front and a back spring hanger. They're both securely mounted, no missing nuts or bolts. I can check my leaf springs. I have no cracked or missing leaf springs. I have a mud flap, which is securely mounted. And if I take a few steps back and look again across the bus, I can see my shock absorber. I can see that it is securely mounted, no missing nuts or bolts, and no leaks. And congratulations, that's it. Man, my throat. How did you think it turned in?
I think it turned out good.